smoke shop teeth, snacking on your body parts. Family chaos lurking beyond from the start. Journey begins, different roads converge. Shadows of past and darkness they surge. Old gods missing truth they urge. Wings of an angel, destiny they purge. Dragon kin, druid kinships, lost desire. Sins of old gods, secrets they inquire. Orcarian strong, families hard to inspire. Decisive paths forging all through the mire. Echoes of mountains, whispers of past. Misfits united, alliance to outlast. Truth and tradition, shadows they cast. Onward they march in fate's harrowing blast. Ancient ones speak, guiding their quest. Harmonies call, within chaos they nest. Nightmarish battles, Cernos to test. Heroes arise through trials that bless. Journey begins, different roads converge. Shadows of past and darkness they surge. Old gods missing truth they urge. Wings of an angel, destiny they purge.
We open the scene on Thistledome in the daytime. You guys are awakening from a very pleasant sleep. Echoes of Cillian's voice still kind of ruminating in your minds as you awaken. Still a pleasant feeling of having slept in a comfortable bed, but the kind of harshness of the sun's bright light makes you squint a bit as you kind of open your eyes, and everything feels a little bit dry, a little bit off, like you just desperately want to stay in that sleep, in that comfortable embrace just a little bit longer, and waking up just feels a little bit painful coming out of that.
Genuinely, that's every day. I don't know, like describing a normal sleep for me.
Yes. Looking around you, you can see the rest of the townsfolk exactly where they lay when they all fell asleep nearby. Gentry is kind of sprawled out on the ground as he was, attempting to kind of talk to you guys as he fell asleep. He's just kind of sprawled out next to you, still snoring and still fast asleep as you guys awaken. And you have a moment to kind of get your bearings and what does it look like for you guys as you awaken?
I think Dula kind of like sits up. She sort of has like her hand up against to block the glare of the sun. And I think she just like reaches over and she like kind of like goes to shake Shovel, and maybe he doesn't wake up at first, so she just like picks him up and like bodily shakes him like, Shovel, wake up!
Oh, what? I was sleeping. It was good. It's pretty late. You started talking to me. What? Where are we? Why am I here?
I think we're still in Thistledome.
You can put me down now. I'm away.
Oh, sorry. I put him down. It looks like everyone's still asleep. I think Dula will kind of stand up and like look around for her other party members.
Mm-hmm. Excellent. Lenny fell asleep the furthest away from everyone else. What does Lenny look like when he wakes up, and what's his first reaction?
I think that, Lenny is not at all surprised that he's alone. He's typically alone, so it doesn't really worry him. I think that he probably doesn't really remember what happens. It's like, when you wake up from a really deep slumber and you're like, you don't even recognize where you are or who you are or what Earth is. And I think that's probably what Lenny's doing. So he hasn't really like checked out in terms of what's actually happened that led to this.
Yeah.
So he's just looking around. Oh, he found a rock too.
Yeah, so you would have probably the most abrupt awakening as you look around. Maybe you kind of wake up facing the town center, as that was kind of the direction you were heading when you fell asleep, and you wake up, open your eyes, you're kind of looking around, and you can see, like, right behind you, there is a jarring line where on your side the village is completely intact, and on the other side of that line there's nothing. It's been completely wiped out. Past that point, buildings, there is barely there's barely there's bits of wood and things around, but what's more is that outside of the line, things aren't fresh as though this happened last night. Things look like there's some plant growth. There's moss on some of the bits of wood. This doesn't look like something that just happened either.
Well, then he's probably just going to get up and, well, I mean, first he's probably thinking he's still in a dream, to be honest with you. Doesn't seem real. But yeah, he's just going to kind of get up and start looking around, seeing if he can find anything or anyone.
Looking
He's a
around.
little bit worried. A little bit worried.
Inside or outside the line?
I'm going to go towards the good area.
The town center, yeah.
I don't think Lenny would feel comfortable going to a desolate place without a human meat shield, essentially.
Yeah.
So
Cool. Sounds good. All right. So yeah. So Lenny's like trudging back towards the middle of town, and
Lenny, thank God, you're okay.
is God around? Is that what happened out there? Was that God?
One of the gods, maybe.
Possibly. If that train was anything to
confusing.
go by.
That's
I wasn't
confusing.
the
Is
only
it
one who
God
had
or
that
not God?
problem.
One of the gods, yeah, probably.
Oh, okay. So Lenny's just going to come out and just like poke Dula just to double check.
Where are you?
Ooh.
Yes, I am here, Lenny. Yes.
And just gonna just to make sure that this isn't a dream, and then he's going to pinch you, to see if it's not a dream.
Pinch me.
Yeah, you know how you pinch
Oh,
yourself?
get off that.
Yeah. Lenny's not going to pinch himself. That would be stupid. He's going to pinch you.
Lenny, pinch me, and I'll pinch harder.
Is that what you want me to do?
No.
Oh.
All right, listen. Was I the only one who had a weird dream about Celion?
Yeah, that's the weird lady, yeah, in my dream.
Yes, the
Pretty one with the kind of
God.
main looking hair.
Yeah, she said that the gods are missing. Maybe that's what caused the moon to fall. Did the moon fall out of the sky?
Well, my god's
I
kind of
think
been
so.
missing for a while now anyway, so I'm not really that fast.
Well, I'm
Gentry's
glad to know that you're not fussed.
Gentry's kind of slowly sitting up, rubbing his head. I think that's exactly what happened.
Are you all right, Gentry?
God,
I'll kind of like help him stand up.
The events of last night just really threw me. I'm happy to see that we all made it through in one piece. He's kind of looking around, making a kind of rough count of people. I don't suppose you feel up to surveying the rest of the town and seeing what's the damage like.
Yeah,
Oh, your
yeah.
little moss lady's dead, by the way.
Oh, the
Sure,
elder.
there are better ways to say that.
No
It is
need to
accurate,
sugarcoat. Yeah, look, no need to sugarcoat it. Best that I know, and I think most of the townsfolk are still asleep. So, how did she die?
She was mauled to death by a ghost wolf.
A ghost wolf. Seems
It
odd,
was
even for
a
Zenith.
strange kind of beast. I don't think it was a normal wolf.
No. Look, I mean,
Oh, that
I'm
reminds
sure
me,
things are
Shovel,
cool.
you took something from the shrine, didn't you?
Nope. Shovel wet. Shovel got Riz. I don't want to use my new spell. I'm alive. So how do I add that? Do I just add a +2 to my lie now or something like that?
Yeah, so you can roll a presence check and add +2. You will need to spend a hope in order to use the
Oh,
the
okay.
experience.
Should we gain a hope to sleep then?
Yes, usually I imagine because that was kind of like the prologue and a significant amount of time has passed. I would say that this is kind of like a soft reset. So yeah, you would start with 2 hope.
So
Amazing.
stress
So
is also
Yeah,
back
yeah,
to zero.
yeah. So you can wipe all the.
Lenny is like ravenous, so hungry, so is aware that he's been asleep for a really long time. So I imagine he healed right up then.
Yeah. So yeah, all your hit points are back.
oh, bro. That is a 16, 18 in total.
18. Nice. You're very convincing with your
Shovel
smooth.
did not take anything from that weird temple.
Okay.
Shovel was too scared of the ghost wolf from the old stories that I've heard.
All right. Old stories?
Yeah, old goblin story. That's how I knew of it.
Like what story? Did you know what
Yeah.
that thing was?
So there's like
I like stories.
a very popular kind of
Stories are nice.
very popular kind of goblin legend almost about this shadow wolf. It's supposed to be it's worshipped in most goblin culture, and it was a major division between goblins and the rest of civilization. Essentially, was that the goblins worshipped this shadow wolf, where the rest of civilization worshipped the elemental gods and Celian and Gardelian. Um, so essentially, the Shadow Wolf played a lot of roles in Goblin life because it was their only deity. It was the boogeyman, it was the cautionary tale, it was all sorts. So there are lots and lots and lots of different stories about this wolf and what it does and how it acts. So it's a bit difficult to differentiate, truth
Well,
from potentially enlarged fact.
the wolf is worshipped by some other goblin scum out in the mountains. Here and there, they all have different stories, but the same is that they'll kill you if they catch you. Or if you're out alone. They're always hungry, always looking. Best to stay within the tribe,
I see.
But there's many other stories that I just cannot be bothered renouncing.
So this wasn't some sort of god that you or your people worshipped?
No, my tribe in particular, we worshipped what was his name? He's out of game. What was the forgotten god's name? Like I think he was banished.
Yeah. Nyx is.
Oh, yeah, we worship Nyx.
Right.
Yeah, bless him.
I wish I hadn't asked.
What?
Yes, okay. We should search the town and see what damage has been done. Gentry, are you okay making sure everyone here gets back on their feet?
Yeah. Look, I'll try and sort people out and get people back in order. I guess the biggest thing is checking the docks. I imagine that food is going to be a priority. Feeding these people. If you can check the state of the docks, maybe we can go from there.
All right.
Well, your fisherman man is he said he'd do the work and the fishing. So, but we'll still have a look, I guess.
We'll check it out. Come on, Shovel, and I will hoist up the box.
Yeah, I like a cat just like claw up like Dula and then get into the box.
Lenny notices that
the little door in the back.
The box is drooping a little bit more than usual, and he's doing some calculations in his head, and he's like, shovel wasn't that heavy before.
I feel like he didn't say that out loud.
No, he doesn't say it out loud. He's just thinking it.
Yeah, you're lucky.
He's biding his time. Very suspicious.
Excellent. So you've boarded the doula train, and Lenny's tagging along.
Lenny is so hungry. Like, he cannot believe how hungry he is. In fact, he noticed that, like, even his pants are, like, loose, which just Lenny doesn't like his pants being loose.
Is Rasnar coming along as well?
I imagine so. Is he there? I
I will assume so until
yeah.
twice.
Yeah, I feel like he would come along. Awesome. So we traveling down towards the docks. It's not far, but you do cross over into. So after walking for a short distance, you're going to cross over into the destroyed part of the town. Moving into the, or I guess on depending on you guys, but you move up to the edge of this clear line that kind of cuts houses in half with its precision, and outside of it is just destruction. Inside of it, everything seems exactly as it was the night before.
Can I try to see anything shiny that would catch Shovel's attention?
For sure. You can roll an instinct check.
Brilliant. And this will be with a +2.
Excellent.
15.
15 with, and you also had hope on the last one and hope on this one, so you've got 2 hope you can add to your tracker.
Brilliant. So I'm sitting at 3 hope now.
So 15 is pretty good. You're keeping your eyes peeled as you're moving through. So you've kind of happily crossed over into the destroyed part of town.
I think Shovel's kind of like just like pushed open the door to the little crate, and his legs are dangling as Dula walks.
Yeah.
And he's just kind of like looking out to see if he sees anything shiny.
Yeah, excellent.
I think Dula is probably going to look for maybe some sort of warehouse that could be still standing or partially standing.
Yeah, excellent. No worries. So moving down towards the water's edge, you Shovel will definitely see a few things that probably catch your eye. A couple of times you hop out of the crate and you scurry over to find just bits of broken plate or bits of things that are just catching the sunlight, but you definitely strike it good when you come across just a bag of possessions that someone had been packing up. Where that person is, who's to know? But
Do I see like a leg looking free?
yeah, quite possibly. And the bag has all of their valuables. You got 5 handfuls of gold and assorted, some bits of silver cutlery and just random knickknacks and
Well,
keepsakes.
it was going to go to waste anyway. People might take it off their hands. And how fresh is the corpse?
It is skeletal. There is no skin left on that corpse. That is an old body.
Lenny does
Well,
not feel comfortable.
I wonder how long they've been dead in this little town, and to not even be buried.
Yeah,
I
I
wouldn't
mean,
bury him.
raises a kind of scary question, though, guys. I mean, this could be just an old body that got dredged up when the storm hit, or how long were we actually asleep for?
Is that why I'm so hungry? I've been asleep for so long?
No,
How
You're a little
long?
skinny.
that's not how time works, weirdos. We only sleep for hours and then we wake up.
I think Dul was right. I've never been this hungry.
I want
Can I have
Shovel
some
to
of the
then
worm?
think about how hungry he is, and are we like, is Shovel like hungry or no?
I imagine you would be hungry. I would also imagine that you would have. I feel like you got one of the pieces of fish from Nen.
I'm just trying to determine how long. I think Shovel determines how long he's been sleeping based on his hunger.
Sure. Okay. You're about like usual, I guess. You're not feeling particularly different.
Well,
To normal.
Shovel ain't too hungry, so he couldn't have been sleeping for too long.
How about we just look around a little bit more and see if we can. Let's just see what we find first.
Yeah.
Before we make any assumptions.
Would you like some of this? And I just kind of like, I don't know. I will offer some of the things that I found. It's
I don't
technically
know about
robbing, but
oh well,
Well, it's not grave robbing. There was no grave.
technically.
we
And unless there's someone to accuse us of robbery.
have some big brain energy there, Lenny. Here,
Thank
you can
you.
have some, and you can have some. I will hand out one to Lenny, one to Dula, and then when Raznar and Nen come back, I will hand them one as well.
Easy.
Lenny doesn't trust that at all.
Dula is gonna. I might want to make like a perception check or something. But
Yeah.
Dula, with that kind of thought in mind that she had before, she's still gonna look for like stores of food.
Mhm.
But I think she's also gonna look around for like more bodies that probably are far more decomposed than she feels that they should be.
Yeah.
As well, and just look for signs of like age.
Yeah. Yeah, so you could roll, I believe investigation comes under knowledge. I think.
Key. Well, I'm just going to see if any of my skills can help. No, they can't. Okay, that's all right. I'll do knowledge.
What the dice gods decide.
Fingers crossed. Oh, that's pretty good.
Nice,
18 with a hope.
Yeah, very nice.
Hey, that's
yeah.
pretty good.
18 with hope. So doing an investigation is obviously a more in-depth analysis of kind of what's going on around you, and really looking for specific clues in order to kind of achieve your desired hypothesis. In this case, so you're looking for decayed corpses, and you're looking for age and weathered, the nature of the ruins around you. Definitely, as you're getting closer to the docks, you, I guess you didn't go down to the docks pre disaster, but you can see that there's like a boat here that's been kind of cut in, ripped in half, and the wood is all swollen and rotten around the edges. It takes a good amount of time to rot good solid wood like this, and for it to be all waterlogged. It's been sitting here for a decent amount of time. The varnish has been kind of stripped off, and the wood is kind of dried out in the places where it's not submerged. You can see like almost like the bones of a almost like a ship graveyard. Masts kind of breaching the water like big rib bones of some sleeping beast. The water itself is dead calm. Where there should be the lively activity of boats. There is just quiet. You can see a couple of birds, and I guess like one of the really telltale signs that you get of the passage of time is like animals kind of nesting in the ruins, and you catch sight of several kind of birds' nests and things that are occupying some of the ruined
Was
boats.
going to be my next
Yeah.
question. So I'd like to check the water for like schools of fish.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you can head right down
Sea life.
to the water. And with that really good investigation check, I'll say that you, especially saying that you're looking for schools of fish and things like that, you do see a fishing net wrapped around one of the masts in the water. It's not too deep, just a little bit out into the water. And you can see something kind of weakly kind of moving in the net. Something's alive.
Guys, can you give me a hand to pull this in? And I'm just going to crouch down and try and pull in the net.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you're going to have to wade out into the water a bit and try to unravel it.
I'll like put the box down on the pier before I wade in.
Yeah, for sure. It is dangerous, so you're taking your time. You can see quite clearly that there's lots of debris in the water, so you're being careful picking your way through. And as you get closer, you can see that there's a turtle wrapped up in this fishing net, and it's bound pretty tight, and it's just one of its fins is just kind of flapping as it's must have been here for a little while. It's looks like it's struggling.
Do we have anything to like cut it with, or?
Yeah, I imagine. I mean, you could
Yeah,
cut down with
I
great
imagine
axe.
I've got I've got a battle axe on me. Yeah, I do. I've got a battle axe on me. I'll probably just kind of I'll take it off my back. I'll just sort of grab the battle axe by the head and kind of use it a little bit more nimbly to try and just like
Yeah,
cut away at the rope around its fins.
Every time
I
you
don't want
get
to
close to him,
damage.
then he goes, like, and you're like, oh, watching me.
I don't want to I want to try and do this in a way that I can get the channel out, but I also don't want to damage the fishing net too much because we might be able to use it to catch fish, which I understand the irony of letting free a turtle and then catching fish, but you know, we're just gonna use a little bit of cognitive dissonance here and pretend that that's not what's happening.
Oh, that's cool. As you're doing so, you know, picking your way out took a little while. Slowly cutting the turtle free is taking time. So, as you're doing this, you see people filtering down from the town center. So townsfolk are coming out towards the docks, and they slowly see them starting to pick through the wreckage and you know, trying to create some sense out of this. The folk who are here have very steely kind of expressions as they you realize that they are picking through the remains of their lives, and they're trying to piece things back together. There's a very grim kind of determination to their efforts. That being said, you know, a spark of hope as you manage to cut the turtle free. You notice as you do so that that the turtle has strange eyes. Your first instinct is, oh, like maybe it's got cataracts or something. It seems like it's got this milky whiteness to it. But then as you look closer, the turtle seems to have 3 irises, and they're kind of aligned straight up and down across its eye. The top 2 irises are black, but the third one is like this milky white color. Just seems very odd, some kind of weird mutation, perhaps. But having cut it free, it do you just kind of release it into you've got it in your hands at the moment?
Yeah, I kind of had it in my hands, and I was sort of like its irises would have caught my eye, and I would have like taken a moment to kind of clock that, and then I would have just kind of like dropped it gently down into the water and let it go free.
Yeah.
And then just bundled up the net to take it back with me.
Yeah. In bundling up the net, you find a silvery, sparkling item lodged in the net beneath the turtle that kind of catches your eye. I'd imagine, yeah. It's like a necklace with a moon pendant that was just sitting in the fishing net underneath the turtle.
Yeah, I think I'll kind of, I'll pick it up, kind of give it like a once over, and then I think I'll just kind of like wrap the chain in and around itself a little bit and just tuck it into a little pocket for later inspection.
Yeah, for sure. As this is going on, Lenny and Shovel, are you up to anything in particular?
I was just watching Jula.
You're
just like
muted.
Backseat driver. Just
Yeah, I also think Shovel would also be doing the same, except he would have like almost like a cat's curiosity, but like he'd be like watching Dula use her battle axe while he's just like flipping his dagger, knowing that it would be easier for her to use.
Yeah, it probably would have been, honestly. I think Dula spent quite a lot of time on her own traveling before she met Shovel, so I think she's just used to doing things like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think she'll come back with the fishing net. She'll kind of hold it up and say, "We can use this to catch some fish." I noticed some birds nesting up in those buildings as well. Maybe we can look into their nests for eggs or something to cook.
We can also eat the birds too.
Yeah, that's what Lenny thought too. Lenny's really hungry. He doesn't know why, but he's very hungry.
Well, let's start with eggs and fish and see how far we get.
Yeah. And guys gonna cook up a little feed. You can spend a short period of time down here and catch yourselves some food with the net that you've got. You would be able to kind of rake it across the mouth here, and the area is teeming with fish. This place hasn't been fished in a while.
I think Dula is kind of like clocking all that information, and I think it's like dawning on her more and more, like she's coming to the conclusion more and more that we've been asleep for a long time, but I don't think she really wants to say it just yet.
Yeah. So you're able to quite easily catch a decent little haul of fish. You're also, if Shovel would be able to climb up and quite easily grab some kind of eggs and things.
I think he imagine comes down with a few pigeons too.
Yeah, nice, excellent. You have a little.
They were already dead.
You have a little fry up. You can see several of the villagers. Mouths watering, kind of looking over at your little fry up that you're having, and kind of looking with envy as they're kind of picking through their things, and you see some of the guys are starting work on building a raft.
I'll try and share with like some people that I think probably aren't capable enough to catch their own fish or who might be struggling.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah,
they're all very, very appreciative. And it's not long before your nice little peaceful moment is shattered by a shout from a bit further down the beat, like down the seaside, I guess. A woman, you can see as she kind of shouts out, you kind of turn your attention over there, and you can see her running down the beach towards your location, towards the docks, shouting and kind of waving her arms. And then she's like gesturing behind her, and she's like waving. She looks pretty blown, like she's run a decent distance.
Yeah, I'll probably. Is there anything like following her or?
No, not that you can see.
Yeah, I'll probably just get up and head over to her if no one else seems to be.
I think Shovel will also follow, but I would like to remain quiet as I follow Dula.
Yeah, excellent. No problem. I imagine.
Did you want me to roll stealth for that, or
here I imagine? Oh yeah. We'll get a stealth roll. I mean, it'll
right,
be pretty easy here.
And that's just agility, hey.
Yep.
Brilliant. Cool. Give me a quick second.
It's not going to be high difficulty.
That's 22.
So that's any double is a critical. So that's a critical success. So you gain a hope, you clear a stress, and you get the maximum result for your efforts. So you
were so stealthy that Lenny didn't even realize that you're gone. He's just sitting there eating.
Yeah, I heard
he
someone
noticed
screaming.
Gone. He's like, "Oh,
I feel like as soon as like Lenny like heard someone screaming, kind of like a cat, he like ran and like hid, but like is watching Dula, but staying close to her.
Yeah. you're so quiet that you just came that you basically just walked up on another bird just sitting in its nest, and you're like sitting right next to it. You're like sitting right
I want to
next to
grab it, just go crunch.
Snack. Food snack.
Food snack.
Because I don't want it to make noise. I don't want it to make noise, so you just crunches it.
Yeah, excellent.
Lenny is so glad he didn't hear that.
Crunchy. After you going crunchy with the poor giant.
Oh yeah, but it's a bird.
Okay.
It's a
It's
family.
dinner.
It's dinner. Yes. So Shovel disappears into the rubble and ruins. And Dula is moving over. Obviously, she's sprinting towards you, so it doesn't take long before she arrives. She's kind of
Is everything
calling out to the other villagers. Leviathan, back at the beach. There's a Leviathan. We were scavenging, and Leviathan's got Danny at the beach. Somebody help!
I'll start sprinting up the beach. Do I know what a leviathan is?
A Leviathan is.
I'm thinking like Kraken.
Yeah, so
Shoot
Leviathans.
first, questions later.
Leviathans, there's various types in this setting. A Leviathan is essentially any giant creature. So this I mean, being by the seaside, your immediate reaction would be like Kraken.
Yep.
But there are also Leviathans. There could be a Leviathan rabbit. Like there could be Leviathans could be anything gargantuan.
So Lenny.
Yes. Lenny is a bona fide Leviathan. So you're sprinting up the way she was gesturing. And she's like at the water's edge. You can't miss it. And you see a couple of the other villagers kind of running off in that direction as well.
Just gonna go tuck Sophie in.
Yeah, no worries. So you're amongst a bit of a crowd as you kind of run up the beach, and you're running for almost 30 minutes. So you're fairly you're kind of wondering whether is it coming up soon, because I'm starting to get a little bit winded here when you see this huge red shape up on the beach in front of you. There's no. I think it should go straight into the. Oh, that's it. There's a.
I think Shovel would be trying to keep up, but still remaining stealth.
Yeah. This huge beast kind of washed up on the shore. Yeah, so you're approaching this huge form of this beached leviathan. On the way up, you overhear some of the other villagers worriedly kind of conversing with each other. A leviathan in the bay? This never happened before. The watchtowers, that something must be wrong. They seem, this doesn't seem like a normal occurrence for them. And as you get closer, you can see a lot of debris is kind of washed up on the beach, and as you can imagine, like a great place for scavengers and salvagers to go out and kind of try and pick through the rubble and wreckage and pick up some stuff. But a couple of the tentacles have grabbed some villagers and are kind of holding on to them as you're approaching.
Does it look like that kind of like this leviathan is obviously washed up, but I'm assuming it's still alive, or is it like in death throes?
Hard to tell immediately. It seems to be gasping for breath, so very potentially still alive.
Whole time, I feel kind of sorry for her, but I don't think I can push it back into the ocean. I'm a bit small for that. Oh, that's sad. Okay. Yeah, I guess all I can really do here is try and help the villagers that are trapped by the tentacles. So I'm gonna go and try and just pull apart the tentacles with sheer force. I don't want to hack and slash as my first option.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I might try and enlist like some of the other people to give me a hand, like, come on, help me get them out, sort of thing.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm not sure how many people are here.
Absolutely. You can do that. So we'll do this.
Can I just ask what Shovel's doing? Like, is he just still just sitting and watching her try to?
No. Oh, well, actually, no. So Shovel is actually probably still in the little like foliage up here. But depending on which way she goes, Shovel will try to help.
Oh,
I
okay.
probably go to the closest to her, and then try and help out old mate here.
Excellent. So we'll do it in initiative order. So if you want to take your first action will be to run over and wrestle with it and try and get it open. So roll me a strength check.
16 with a hope.
Very nice. You heave at the great big tentacle. Thankfully, it seems very weak at the moment, and it's the tentacles are sort of trembling almost. So you are able to with a great heave, kind of give him enough space, and you end up having to kind of like get a foot in there and kind of really rip at it. But you manage to get him enough space that he can slide out, and he can kind of go sprinting back off over to the side, away from the tent.
And do I usually get a hope point if I win with hope?
Yes,
Or
correct.
succeed with hope? Amazing. Cool. Yeah. I would actually probably, like, as he slips out, as he kind of goes to run away, I might try and like grab his arm and be like, "Can you help me with your?" I'm gonna say friend. Can you help me with your friend?
Get me away from that thing. It almost killed me. But he's also like, looking at you like, I'm sorry. Okay. I'll follow you though.
Okay. Listen, I know it's kind of scary, but if you just kind of stay away from the sticky parts, you can kind of just back me up. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll be at the front line.
Yeah. So what is Lenny doing?
I think I'll head down that way when I get a chance.
Lenny's not here.
You're not here.
Lenny didn't follow.
Oh, you didn't follow at all?
No, because I was eating fish, and then I looked up, and I told you, Dula ran off, and I was like, "Oh, well, Shovel's still here, so not a big deal."
Okay.
But then Shovel rolled really highly on his stealth, so I didn't realize that he'd left, and so I was just eating.
Okay, well, I mean, on that note, dude, can I also make it to the tentacle where other old mate is, or am I too small for that?
Yeah, you can run across. If you roll, yeah, you can make it across there. While Dula's like kind of helping up the top one, you can run down to the bottom one.
Dula, follow me.
Yeah, I'll move. I think I can only move once on my turn. Hey.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
but it looks like
has
it's
the
just kind of
woman
split between the two of you.
has the woman come down? Like, is she still like? Is she
Yeah, she
born
would. Yeah,
out?
she would. She's kind
Okay.
of standing in the middle, like yelling, like she's trying to get everyone to go and help.
Right. Okay. Well, then, yeah. Like, I'm going to react to that, but like,
Yeah.
I was just peacefully eating my fish.
Yeah. So I assumed that that you all heard what was said because she was screaming, right?
Yeah, but I didn't know how far away she'd gotten.
Okay. Yeah, I because Dula just was kind of walking towards her and she was sprinting, so
Right.
I imagine that it wasn't too
I
far away.
would go. I would only go though if other people were going because I wouldn't know how to get there. So
Yeah,
if I'm
yeah,
following other people, then that's fine.
yeah, yeah. You'll arrive like in the next round, I guess.
Okay.
As you're following.
I'm going to. I'm also going to try and remove the tentacle from the human.
Yeah, yeah. Go.
With my -1 strength.
Let's go. You got
And
this.
if I fail, I'm gonna bite it.
Nice.
Let's go.
Let's go.
You got this.
I don't.
Maybe you don't.
That's a 5, but I'm gonna bite it.
It's a five. So the strength should already wait.
Oh wait, it did. Yeah,
Yeah,
sorry.
should
It did.
already
It did.
be
It did. Yeah.
in there.
6.
So it's a 6 with fear. So
I'm
unfortunately,
terrified. This thing. I'm not even a snack to it.
yeah. Unfortunately, Shovel doesn't notice as another tentacle rises up out of the water and grabs Shovel from behind.
Oh shit!
So you can give me an agility reaction roll to try and
Yes.
duck out of the way.
Amazing. Can I spend a hope to add anything onto that?
Any of your experiences that you think apply?
Ooh, actually, I have a better idea. I'm gonna use my midnight spirit, and I'm gonna spend a hope to summon it so it grabs that instead of me.
Reaction roll is really only a reaction.
That's an action. Okay,
yeah,
right. Then.
So this is like a
I can't.
saving throw kind of thing.
Right. So I can't. Can I use hope?
You can. Yeah, you can use your experiences. That's fine.
Brilliant. Okay. So let me just have a quick look at my experiences. My experiences. I don't think I can roll stealth as a reaction, can I?
No, I don't think it really applies here, unfortunately.
Okay.
All
right. Then I've just
yeah, just a straight
I'll just
agility.
use straight agility. Wow.
No problem.
That is a 15.
15. That's not bad. Yes, you managed to.
It's with hope, but you don't get hope for reaction. Okay.
Yeah, I hope. Yeah. Yeah. So your reactions are fast enough. You see it just at the last second and kind of manage to duck and roll out of the way. But there's kind of like this other tentacle that's like thrashing around like right next to you. So given that, you're quite sure now that it's alive because it's aware of you guys and your presence around here. So by this stage, kind of, I imagine Lenny's arrived on scene. You can see Shovel ducking and rolling out of the way of one tentacle as he was trying to free one of the fishermen. And Dula is trying to rally some of the other villagers to kind of come and help.
Because I've got a lot of knowledge, would I be able to roll to see if I know anything about I guess the weak points or anything with this particular Leviathan?
Yeah, sure, absolutely. You can roll knowledge.
Right. Nice.
17, very good.
I'm really laggy. It seems to be really laggy for me because you said nice and it hadn't finished rolling for me. So I was like, yes. Wait. So so what would I know in terms of their weak points or
yeah, and that's with hope as well. I mean, if you're trying to kill any aquatic creature, like focusing on their gills and stuff is probably going to be helpful. Obviously, eyes are soft and squishy parts of any animal. Would be easy to target.
eye goo?
Eye goop. This particular Leviathan appears to have nostrils as well. So you know, you could attempt to stop
That's
it.
weird.
Stop it with, yeah, super weird.
Not weird.
Gills and nostrils. Yeah, so I guess it means that it's yeah, able to.
Would I know like if it has a particular weakness to a particular element, or would that be
Uh,
pushing it?
you would imagine like lightning would be good around water creatures, but yeah,
But you could effectively
yeah,
like hurt everybody else, so
yeah.
that's probably
So
not a good
it's
idea.
not necessarily, yeah, not necessarily a particular weakness of the Leviathans.
Okay.
There's no particular, yeah, element that you know of.
Okay. Is it my turn?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, give me just 2 seconds. I think I have an idea, but I don't know if it'll come up. Can I do the mysterious mist?
Mysterious mist.
So use an action to spend a hope and cast a temporary thick fog that encircles a stationary area up to very close range. Essentially, I just want to put it over its eyes
Okay. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
so that it can't
100%.
see. Yeah,
Yeah.
where we're. I don't know if I can do that because the rest of it says everyone within is hidden to anybody outside the fog, but I guess it's the same thing,
Yeah.
like just
Yeah.
hiding.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. 100%.
All
You put that over its eye, it is not going to be able to see out. The
right.
other eye is buried in the sand. So, yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
So
It's a
do I have
great
to
idea.
roll that?
No, I think you just spend a hope and you summon the
Okay.
fog cloud. Simple.
All right. I'm gonna do that.
Unless it says make a spellcast roll. Okay.
Well, it just says as an action.
Yeah.
That's all.
No, that's fine. Yeah, you just spend a hope and summon a fog cloud. That's great.
Okay.
Um, that that will work perfectly.
When it goes to attack us, what does that mean now? Like if it uses its tentacle to like grab us?
Mm-hmm. What does it mean?
So
He's flirting with you.
I'm not sure. So
like let me explain. So like for example, if it goes to grab me again, but it's blinded, like does
mhm.
that put any penalties to it
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
or
So
give me a boost?
it'll
That,
have
for example.
disadvantage if it was like rolling to hit you, and yeah, if you're trying to avoid it, then you'll have advantage for sure.
Cool.
Excellent. Still on you guys. So that didn't cause a roll. So does Lenny want to move anywhere? Are you happy where you are?
Does that mean? Oh, so does that mean? I that's my action though. I can't attack it. Can't can I?
Yeah, correct. Yeah, you
Yeah.
can.
Okay. Yeah. I'll. I mean, I'm just gonna probably hide behind one of the other ones that's caught, which I feel like is just the best place to hide because like he won't know that I'm there because it's already somebody there, right?
All right. Dueler or shovel?
Joel,
Yeah,
you go
and
first.
I'm gonna head down and I'm gonna help.
Yep.
Oh
Oops.
God! Oh my God! What happened? Okay, I'm gonna come down here. I'm gonna try and help pull this tentacle off on me. Yeah.
Excellent.
By the way, just quickly, sorry, I haven't got. I can only just see the thing. I can't see where everybody is. Like I can't
Oh,
zoom out or.
on the top, up the top, and you can click the tactical mode.
Oh, I thought that was in tactical mode.
Yeah, so did I. Just
Okay.
because it's the
Oh,
same.
good. Sorry.
That's all right.
Oh, there I am.
Yes. Yeah. So go strength roll, and you've got advantage because your little buddy's helping.
Oh God! Well, that's the advantage.
He's not very strong.
I found out that it wasn't a good roll from you, by the way.
Ooh.
So does that one get added to?
Yeah, the one.
The one.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
So
11,
that's 11
total.
total.
Really struggling to pull this one off. The Kraken's holding tight, and you can see more tentacles kind of worming their way up and just kind of smashing around, making a big splash in the water. The guy in the tentacle, he's I can't, and he's getting crushed in there. Um,
Oh boy.
um, Shovel said you were gonna bite if you if you could pull him out. Is that still the plan? Oh, I can't.
You're so far away.
You're muted. You're
I think
muted.
the tentacle's gotten you over your mouth.
Yeah. So I'm gonna bite it, but actually we can spend hope to combo. Hey.
Yeah. So three hope will allow you to combo this.
I have currently 4 hope.
Nice. Yeah, absolutely. So a combo will mean that you would both. So you choose someone to combo with, and then you would both roll your attack. You get to choose whichever of the attack rolls you want to use, and then if the attack roll hits, you get to both deal damage together.
Can I do a combo with just like removing this tentacle from the guy?
Yeah. Yeah.
Shovel doesn't want him dead.
Yeah. That's fine. Yeah. So just
Amazing. So we'll just roll strength and see and pick whoever's higher.
Yeah. For sure.
Cool.
If that's the case, if we're rolling strength again to pull us off, can I use my Audibone ability?
Oh no. Everybody's gone.
Short rest when I describe how I am embodying one of these tentacles. Through my current action, I can roll with a.
Excellent.
So, one of my dedications is like all stone, your body must be worked so it can realize. So if I'm using shift strength to try and pull open this tentacle, so that's hope. And then that's my D6, so 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 plus strength is 24.
I got a 12, so we're gonna go with duelers.
We go with duelers, yeah. Sounds fair. Nice. Yeah, with a 24, you are easily able to rip this tentacle off. What is it? How do you work together to do this? Like, what does this look like?
Oh, imagine it like Shovel's gonna actually climb into where the dude's being like tangled and start pushing out.
Yeah, nice.
Oh, amazing.
Make it
Yeah, and I
easier
feel like
for Dula.
Dula's gonna be, because the problem before was that this thing is way too slippery. So Dula's gonna like rub her, much like a weightlifter, she's gonna rub her hands in the sand, like dust them off, and then like really dig her feet in and then grab it and pull as hard as she possibly can.
Excellent.
There's like veins like bulging on her arms.
Excellent. Obviously, you gain.
I'm sorry. Pull as hard as you can, and then you see veins bulging. Like, slow down, mate. Like, this is supposed to be PG.
Yes, obviously, with an 18 on your hope, you definitely gain a hope for that as well. Because you used Dueler's dice, it's just Dueler that gains the hope. Unfortunately.
Yeah. No, that's fine.
But
I mainly did it so that she could do it.
Yeah, fair cool. Yeah, and with that, you. I don't know how exactly this happens, but maybe. Okay, yeah. So as you're pulling, the fisherman inside has he's opened up a few cuts on the Leviathan on the inside of the kind of tentacle, and and Shovel, when you're climbing inside, you get covered. Your hands kind of get covered in this the Leviathan blood. It's a kind of quicksilver like substance. It kind of looks like mercury, and it's got this like this sheen to it. And where it touches your hands, you suddenly get this this kind of deranged shouting in your mind. It's like the Leviathan is just roaring inside your head, and it starts as soon as you kind of touch this kind of quicksilver substance. Very unsettling.
I think Shovel in response, I think he too would kind of start screaming, but I don't think it would be. I think it'd be in a more uncomfortable kind of like get out of my head sort of scream.
Yeah.
So it would kind of be like almost like a painful scream, I think, to him.
Yeah, for sure. And I imagine Dula might get a bit of that blood on her hands as well as you do manage to kind of open up the tentacle. It's
Yeah,
kind of,
she's just like desperately trying to hold it open so
Yeah.
Shovel and this guy can eat it. She's like, what the fuck is happening?
Yeah, absolutely. And with that, most of the with that, the salvages are free from the tentacles, and they kind of hurry back to relative kind of safety a little bit further on the beach.
Yeah, I'll duck back to safety as well and try and make sure
I will as well.
Harm's way.
Yep. Excellent.
Oh, I wanted to try slumber.
Put it to sleep. You could.
You still could. I
yeah,
mean,
you could-
otherwise it's just kind of suffering here on the.
Yeah, you could absolutely
floor.
try and put it to sleep.
I feel like there's no way, but I'm gonna try anyway. So why not?
Go for it. Do it.
Give it a shot, yeah.
Let's do it. And would I have an advantage because he's got no eyes? So he's like technically sleeping anyway. Right?
Can't see. You're asleep. No, not necessarily advantage here.
Well, I tried.
I guess the advantage might be that he's so weak, right? That he's so weak and struggling.
I just meant like put him to sleep out of his misery, but also to help like. Oh, that's not good. Like help everybody else, like so he doesn't. Yeah, he might be weak, but he will regain his power if he's not dead. I imagine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm happy to give you advantage, not because his eyes are covered, but because he's very weak.
Reminds me of like that Winnie the Pooh scene where it's like, if I can't see them, they can't see me.
Yeah. So roll a d6.
He put over his head. Sorry.
So roll a d6 and add it.
Okay.
It actually reminds me of the SpongeBob meme where SpongeBob's like, Patrick, can you hear me? And Patrick's like, no, I can't see.
Nice.
Oh,
Very nice.
come on.
Yeah. Let's go.
Hell yeah.
Excellent. So with that, with 20 total, and a hope on your hope dice, you. What does it look like? How does that?
I was gonna do telepathy, and I'm like, I probably can't speak its language, so that's why I went for slumber.
Mhm.
I probably could speak its language, but I just imagine that I imagine that it's really, really quiet, but like I sing a lullaby, like quiet enough so other people can't hear me, but like, I imagine that that's kind of like energy sending it. It's like, energy waves kind of sending to it, but I'm just hoping that nobody else hears me.
Yeah.
I was going to sing a sea shanty, but I think that would just wake it up. So.
A rousing sea shanty. Yeah. As the soothing tone of your lullaby kind of sends your spell across to the Leviathan, it quiets. The tentacles stop thrashing the water. It stops rasping as desperately, and seems to kind of settle a little bit more into a bit more of a peaceful state. Voice in your minds also, the kind of roaring and shouting in your minds it quiets down, and kind of softly kind of mimics the lullaby that Lenny
Shit!
singing.
Lenny's voice too, I imagine.
Yeah.
Does the blood have like a metallic smell to it?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't seem to have much of a smell to it. It's
Because I think that once like Shovel's like further enough away from this thing, he's gonna like just like sniff it and then kind of like just lick it.
Yeah, absolutely. That's 3 for 3 in the campaigns that I've run that people have licked or
Instant
have been
damage.
Well, he wanted to eat this thing,
Yeah,
so I mean
yeah,
it makes sense. Like if he thinks it's gonna taste good, he's gonna eat it.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so when you consume or when you take a brief kind of sniff at it first, it doesn't smell. Yeah, it doesn't smell bad. It doesn't smell. It doesn't. It kind of, yeah. It has like weirdly odorless. And then you take a little lick of it. As it hits your tongue, there is a kind of pleasant sensation, but then you feel the urgent desire to break something and to kill someone, and I'd imagine.
Well, there's a crate right next to it, so break that.
Yeah, you can.
I like to imagine that like Shovel just like pulls out his like daggers, like looks at the crate and just runs at it and just dives head first into it, just shattering everything.
Yeah. Dula, like catching a glimpse of his eyes. They just, or would you be wearing a mask? I don't know.
He is wearing his masks, because there's lots of people
around.
around, so he doesn't kind of want them seeing that he's a goblin.
Also,
But
this is not necessarily unusual.
But with that being said, like it's only from the nose down that it's like a porcelain mask.
Okay, yeah.
So the eyes are still seen.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, Dula would, you would see his eyes just jet black, and Shovel, you feel so good, destroying this box. You feel so strong, to
Which
the
is great
point.
with the minus one.
Oh yeah.
Loving it.
Yeah, this
Loving
is
it.
well, this is this is abnormal for you. You feel like you could pick up this box, and you feel like you could do a doula and like run around with it strapped to your back, no worries. Like you feel strong, you feel good.
God, I didn't
When he wants to jump in the box.
But you also feel the desire to just break things. It doesn't last super long because you just barely had a lick of it. But you're like,
I imagine that like
this is
the lasting effects, like he'll come back to and he's like munching on like a piece of wood, like a feral animal.
like full Stitch.
Yeah, like and then he's like and throws it away. The fuck was that?
Why didn't you stop me?
You're getting crazy. What was that?
Alright. Don't lick the blood. It's not edible. Well, it is, but I got this like strong urge to either break something or kill something.
Really?
Oh, Lenny wants to lick it.
Don't. It's not a stone, Lenny. It's not a stone.
It's a rock. Oh my god.
Same thing.
Could you? Do you feel like you could have controlled it? Like, did you feel stronger?
Yes, but no. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but no, yeah, but nothing. I know nothing or nothing. Yeah.
yes to the first part, no to the second. Or was it the other way around? It was that I could not control it, but I was very strong.
Dula is gonna go looking through some of these boxes for perhaps some sort of a vial or container.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
There are
maybe try and capture some of this blood.
Yeah. So there's plenty of different crates to search through. There's plenty of flotsam and jetsam around here. So it's just a matter of
I'll
time.
also as I kind of come across crates that might have like good supplies in them, I'll kind of like stack them up in a pile for other villagers to kind of start taking back.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now it's safe to kind of get supplies.
Yep. So there would be other villagers around helping with that task, and if you kind of mention that you're looking for a vial, someone will eventually be like, oh, there's some over here. There's more of a water skin, I imagine, but perfectly capable of capturing some liquid. You can. I mean, there's plenty of Leviathan blood kind of spattered around the beach, and the tentacle itself is still oozing slowly, so you can easily capture a decent amount, I imagine.
Yeah, I'll fill up the water skin with Leviathan blood. I'll add that to my equipment, and we can just figure out later if we can get up somewhere else.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, you ain't gonna drink it, right? I don't really want to be around you if that's the case.
Of course not, but maybe somewhere we can find an alchemist and, I don't know, do some weird magic stuff and synthesize it to... I don't know. I'm sure we could do something with it, right? I mean, there's a lot of weird things happening right now. I kind of want to give us all the best advantage that we can possibly get.
Well, Shovel's not an alchemist, so I can't help you with that.
I know.
So
you have other uses.
A couple of the townsfolk kind of timidly come forward. Look, is it dead? Can we cut it up?
I don't actually recommend you eat it because you'll get really aggressive and really stupid.
There's a lot of food there. It could feed us for months.
We don't think it's edible. I mean, Shovel just had a really bad reaction to drinking some.
And I like to eat like raw fish.
Also, I'm not actually sure that it's entirely dead. And then I think Dula would actually end up looking to Lenny because she's not really sure what Lenny did to it.
Yeah, absolutely. I think she's just stepped out of the room.
Sorry, I'm just going to get started at melatonin.
That's all right. But yeah, she'll. I imagine Lenny would explain in his own way that he's put it to sleep. It seems an awful waste, but we understand.
Look, there's plenty of supplies in these crates around here, and the waters around here are teeming with fish, and birds have been nesting here as well. There's plenty of life to sustain us.
Several of them make sort of religious signs, they kind of make this crescent kind of sign, and they bow to the Leviathan. Suppose it's for the best, right? Lear's already angry. We best not anger him any further.
Who?
Lear, the Leviathan god. Lear. He's a great turtle, and he controls the tides and the moons.
Does he control this?
I imagine if the moon has fallen from the sky, that's Lear telling us that he's angry with us, right?
Well, I'm going to eat that turtle.
Dilla's gonna think back to the turtle that she left out of a net. In my religious knowledge, does Leah have 3 irises?
Yes, he does. They are to signify a symbol of the 3 moons of Cernos, the 3 irises of Lear.
And are they usually different colors? Like, is one usually milky white, or are they usually all the same color?
Usually all black.
Interesting. Things are starting to come together. I mean, not really, but I'm seeing the clues.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I think with no immediate danger, I think Dula's gonna try and help gather together the resources from the crates and perhaps, start heading back to the village.
Mm-hmm.
I think I also want to talk to Gentry as well when we get there.
Yeah, for sure.
I would try and if Dula picks up the box, I will climb back into the box and follow along.
Mm-hmm. Excellent.
Lenny's very upset that he doesn't get a ride in the box, but he will shuffle along behind. I guess.
The townsfolk were asking if the Leviathan was dead, and Dula was asking you to kind of explain what you did to it. But the townsfolk are looking at you with a huge sense of awe and respect that you put the Leviathan to sleep. So they're like, this is a pretty prolific magic user. They're kind of looking at you with newfound respect.
Does anybody want to carry me in a box?
Do you ask them?
I mean, that would show a lot of respect. I'm just saying.
Are you asking them?
I mean, I don't think Lenny would feel confident enough to be as assertive as that, but he would absolutely allude to it a lot. Like, oh, that's a nice crate. I bet that doesn't, And I'm a very short human, so I don't think it would be. Do you reckon I'd be that heavy? I don't think I'd be heavy.
I think if Shovel's hearing him allude to being carried, I think Shovel will open up his crate door and be like, "Oh, Lenny." Anyways, and close it back again.
Did I see a rock when he opened up that door?
It's still in my bag. I haven't removed it. I haven't removed it.
Slightly lower than normal, just FYI.
It's just the treasure, Lenny.
Excellent.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You make your way back to town with a decent amount of supplies that the townsfolk are bringing with them, and your water skin of Leviathan blood, and as you kind of pass back by the docks, you see that several kind of rudimentary rafts have been put out into the bay, and fishermen are already getting to work. There is still a lot of work to be done to clear all they've cleared a bit of the debris in the water so that they can launch the rafts, but there's still a lot of people doing the hard work of just dragging all this dredge out of the water so that they can make space to kind of rebuild the dock and get everything back up and working again. It's hard work down here, and the townsfolk are right into it. Moving back to the kind of town centre, you see that kind of Gentry's kind of gathered what supplies there are in the town centre, and is apportioning kind of rations to townsfolk, and setting people up in reassigning kind of housing to different people and things like that. All of the kind of essential things that have to be done before nightfall and people having a place to stay.
Amazing. Yeah, I'll probably go have a chat to Gentry.
I think Shovel will kind of climb out of the box at that and kind of like do like a legs over the shoulders and like holding on to Duel's head so he can listen to the conversation.
Lenny's not that interested in it, to be honest. He's pretty tired. That lullaby nearly put him to sleep, so he's just gonna
he
loiter
rolled
around
so
him.
well he almost put himself to sleep.
The lullaby was absolutely delightful. I mean, you heard it, you know.
Oh, how did you go down the docks?
A few things that are a little bit concerning. The good news is the docks are teeming with life. There's plenty of fish down there to eat from, plenty of birds that are laying eggs. In fact, there seems to be too much wildlife that has migrated to the area after such a sudden natural disaster. It makes me a little bit concerned about how long we might have been asleep for.
That does strike me as odd. I haven't the time to investigate right now, but that does seem concerning. Not a lot of this adds up, and the gods seem to act in mysterious ways. What I do know...
There was a leviathan that had washed up on the beach.
In the bay? Really? That shouldn't be possible. We have...
Someone said something about watchtowers?
Yes, there's some old relics of a previous civilization, perhaps, out at the headlands of the bay, and they've warded the bay from leviathans. Since we've been here, part of the reason why we've been so successful at fishing is this entire bay is safe from leviathans. It's very concerning to know that one has been able to enter the bay. Means that things are going to be a lot harder, perhaps, than we think if the towers are out of commission.
Perhaps they got destroyed in the blast.
Yes, I mean that's all I can assume. You can see the towers from down at the dock almost. They're around the headland, but the way I see it, unless you're very handy with technology, it may be a bit of a dead end. But I mean, if you want to go and check them out and see if there's anything you can do, then be my guest. That would be very helpful. Otherwise,
yeah, well, it's better than sitting around here in our hands.
Yeah. Otherwise,
Ola, I'm not good with this. Take that word.
Neither am I, buddy.
The other option, the way I see it, is we're going to need aid. We're going to need help. The closest friendly settlement is Emberwind. The dwarves of Emberwind have always been kind to us. Their priestess is a kind woman who I have a good history with. If she knew of our plight, then I'm certain that they could lend us aid, provided that they're not in the same situation. But they live in a robust home underground, so I imagine they've survived fairly well. But I leave it up to you whether you could make the journey overland to Emberwind, or or if you want to check out the headland and the towers there. Either way, I would be most appreciative.
And
Well,
how
I
do
think
these dwarves feel about goblins? No reason, no reason. But I just
Oh,
wanted to ask.
the dwarves of Emberwind are quite welcoming, actually. They're they're a lot different than perhaps they used to be in times of old.
I'll let my friend know for the future.
Oh, yes. Thank you.
I'll discuss with my friends what we think the best course of action is for us, where we can be the most helpful. But I wanted to talk to you actually about a couple of things. The first is that some of the villagers showed interest in perhaps harvesting food from the Leviathan. I was hoping you could help discourage that.
Yes. Yes, I don't think that wise. I've heard stories of Leviathan blood, especially from my time in the kingdom. Malakar Voss was very interested in researching Leviathan blood properties. He's a prolific alchemist, and he was the right hand of the king for a long time.
I see. Well, yeah, I think it's definitely best that we should discourage that. I mean, Shovel already had a bad reaction to it.
Is it
What kind of stories did you hear?
is it a particularly big one? Sorry.
Yeah, sorry, it's a big red one. And
I've not
okay.
even a snack to it.
I was wondering if we took a group of us down, could we push it back into the sea? I imagine leaving it out on the beach. It's only a matter of time before one of these townsfolk tries to take a bite.
It does also feel cruel to leave it there. At the moment, we've left it slumbering, but if you could get enough people, perhaps you could push it back in. I'd be incredibly careful of the tentacles, though.
But this is natural. Things wash up all the time. Shouldn't we just leave it?
Yes,
It's also
yes.
natural to help.
It's just dangerous. Is all. I've heard about what Leviathan blood can do to people. It's just not
What can
something
it do?
just not something more that I'd like to challenge ourselves with at this stage. I think we have enough on our plate.
Well, Lenny, it was a wild ride.
What can it do?
It was a wild ride. It made me so strong and made me really, really aggressive.
Look, there was a man uh, who claimed that he could take control of people while under the effects of Leviathan blood. He said it made them pliable, and it was dangerous talk. Something that caused him to lose a lot of favor. It's not something you want to pry into. I don't think it's helpful for anyone. I suggest you steer clear of it.
Okay.
The other thing that I wanted to talk to you about, Gentry, and at this, Dula will pull out the necklace that she found in the bay. I found this out in the water. I was wondering if you knew who it might belong to.
I can't say I've seen it around. It a looks like a very classic symbol of Lear, an amulet of protection, perhaps, a religious symbol.
See, I found it in the net of a net that had captured a turtle.
Hmm.
A turtle with 3 irises.
It seems that Lear is not quite as missing as he's supposed to be, or he's sending you signs. I would.
You muted, Zach.
Julia, was that the turtle we were talking about on the beach?
Yeah, though.
And you let
Yeah.
it get away?
Well, I didn't realize at the time.
Eat it.
I'm sorry, Shovel.
Oh, Lear.
You know, I don't think it would be in your best interest to eat a god anyway.
Lear himself is a great Leviathan turtle. That would not have been Lear himself, but perhaps a messenger or a sign sent by Lear.
You know, I find that quite peculiar. Did you have the same dream of Celian Gentry?
Yes.
She said the gods are missing.
Yes. Troubling news indeed, and a moon falling from the sky definitely seems like trouble with the gods to me. And the best person that we could look to in a time like this is Celian for help. But with her out of the picture, we're blind in this matter. The gods deal with gods' matters. It's not something for mere mortals to dabble in the affairs of gods, but it does seem like they're in trouble. And if Lear is sending you a sign, then maybe you're on the right path. And stick with your intuition. You'll have to trust yourselves on this. I don't know that the gods are going to be too much help.
Right. Well, the ambitions of the gods are beyond me, but perhaps we can help in other ways. Lenny and Shovel, what do you think we should do next? We could go to Emberwind. I think we would be most helpful there, unless either of you have talents in technology that I don't know about.
Not much. I do think that we should push the Leviathan back into the water, though.
I cannot do that.
You're going to lead the charge.
What? Shovel is not a leader.
He is now. Come on. I just think it's really important that we put the Leviathan back into the water.
I will motivate from the side.
Gentry's happy to rally a group to assist with pushing the Leviathan
Yeah.
back. He
It's
also
probably his best.
he also believes it's a good course of action. He seems genuinely concerned about the effects of Leviathan blood on people. And
also, people are just going to get desperate, right? If they haven't got any food, like if we have to catch fish for them,
yeah,
they're not great, right? Like they're going to cave and just be like, "Oh, food."
And then but yeah, to what Dula was saying though, do you have a preference for where to next?
I think Jola's boat will go to Emberwind.
Well, seeing as they are friendly to Shovel's goblin friends, I will put my vote there.